The special teams out of the tunnel today, and it seemed like they put on a little bit of a show for everyone.
Well, they did, especially the kicker. They did a nice job, did things that they're supposed to do, and gave us an opportunity at the end on the offensive side to win the game, and just really feel fortunate. We played a good football team out there. Every time we had an opportunity to put them away, they kept fighting their way back. We made some mistakes, things we had to get corrected, but you have to give that football team credit. They got a 2-time Super Bowl MVP. They got an all-pro wide receiver. They got a young running back that's got some excitement to them. They got a big, massive offensive line. So you got to give them credit.
This game seemed so helter-skelter at times that it felt like whoever had the most composure down the stretch was going to take it away.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Jordan, because I did lose my composure a little bit in the third quarter, and I think it might have affected our guys, and that's on me. I got to be able to maintain, even though, I don't agree with what happens. I've got to maintain it because these guys feed off the energy that I have. So that's on me if we want to talk about being helter-skelter. That's squarely on my shoulders.
2 picks from Mike Adams in games 2-10 for him today, and for someone to have the kind of success that he's had with takeaways in the league, fighting for that leader among active players right now, what does he bring to the secondary?
Well, again, just a veteran guy, a guy that can be calming, steadying force out there, which he was. And, as I said, we made some mistakes, some things that we got to take a look at and get corrected. But again, I just think, when you have a veteran out there, he can come up with some things that'll happen. And I thought he did a great job, just quarterbacking the guys back there.
James Bradbury touched on how his time will come and how he's not necessarily seeing the picks right now, but he's seeing just the pass defense and other critical things for you guys.
Very much so, and that's what it is. He's got to see, those types of plays and continue to fight out there. I mean, every week we've asked him the tough thing, and that's to play the best receiver, and he's done that. He's played the best receiver every week that we come up against a team. You go right down the list of all the guys he's played, and he'll continue to do that because he's that kind of a quality corner in this league.
Ron, what did you see before you had the conversation with the refs? What did you see from that play?
Well, to be honest with you, I believed our guy had control of the football, 100%. And I was, my challenge was based off of a challenge that happened last week. I watched the Dallas-Detroit game. There was a challenge very similar, and it was called a catch. So that's what I went off of, and I assumed that's what we were going to get, and I assumed incorrectly.
I imagine you were hoping for some consistency week to week.
Yes, that's probably the best way to put it. I was hoping for a little consistency because, I just, to me, I believe I saw the same thing. It's something we do every week, as there are certain elements of my staff that will watch that with our analytics guys who break it all down for us. And that specific challenge came up, as I said, against Dallas and Detroit.
Scale of 1 to 10, how nervous were you with the 63-yard field goal?
Piece of cake. Piece of cake. Come on now. I don't change my expressions.
Can you evaluate Eric Reed's day-to-day from the pregame into the actual game itself?
I think he went out and played the kind of football game we were expecting to. There are some things that he's got to shore up. He moved around early very well. You can see he got a little heavy-legged at times, and we got to be willing to pull him out at that point. We did it in the first half. I didn't see if we did it in the second half or not, but the guy came out and gave us all he had, and that's what it's all about. It's about out on the field, giving it all for your teammates and winning football games, and that's what we got to continue to work on.
As a follow-up to that, were you concerned considering that he hasn't played competitive football for a while?
Yeah, and that's why we had the plan that we had in the first half, and that was after a couple series we were going to take him out, which we did. We put Rashawn Golden in and gave him an opportunity to play a little bit there. I think we did it in the third quarter. I'd like to say we did in the third quarter. At least that was what the plan was supposed to be. So, I really did like what I saw early on. Later in the game, we made some mistakes as a defensive unit, some things that we let slip and let happen, and we got to be better than that.
Can you talk about the lift that Samuel gave you today?
Oh boy, I tell you what, both he and DJ came out and made some plays with their speed, their power, their strength as runners once they get the ball in their hands. Curtis that was an electrifying run and catch, catch and run and scoring like he did, breaking the tackles. You say the same thing about DJ. I think we missed some opportunities on offense. You guys know I always talk about it. You'd much rather see us score touchdowns than kick field goals. But like I said, though, it is what it is right now. We're going to continue to work and get better at it.
Eric Reed's been real outspoken about why he kneels before the games. He did so today. Your reaction to it, and did you know he was going to?
Well, I'm not going to talk about a guy exercising his First Amendment rights. What I'm going to talk about is the football game, because to me it's about what happens on the football field and then what you do off the field.
Ron, talk about the camp support today and what was going through your head when he laid that block down for Christian.
Well, it was pretty exciting to see. You know, he's a competitor. He wants to win. You saw it as you saw when he was trying to run for those first downs. I mean, he's going to give you everything he has out there on the field. He's going to lay it on the line, and he's going to try to help this football team in any capacity he can. And we saw that. You know, a couple decisions I know he would like to have back. One of the interceptions was not his fault. You know, a little miscommunication in terms of the route that was run. But again, you know, he at the end of the game gave us an opportunity, and like I said, Graham came through.
Does that show a little bit of his maturity after, you know, having some issues through the game to come in on that last drive and be able to take him down the field?
Yes, it does. But you know, he has a thing about doing that against the Giants for whatever reason. You know, this is the second time he's had to come back and save us with a nice drive to put us in position, and Graham kicked a field goal. So again, hats off to the Giants. So that's a young, scrappy football team. Some new coaching staff, new coordinators. They're going to be forced to reckon with very quickly, because that team's going to mature quickly.
Can you give us an update on Ryan Cleo and Devin Funches?
I think Funches was cramping up, and I'm not sure on Ryan. We'll see what the doctors say, but you know, he walked off on his own power and everything like that. So hopefully it's nothing. It's just a matter of time.